obviously at this time of year, when you're playing the Big East or any league across this country, it comes down to one's ability to play with extreme amount of passion. Should know by now that execution, after running what you're running on offense or defense over and over and over again, that execution has to be precise, and then opportunities have to be taken. And Georgetown, obviously at the 27th of February, I haven't seen them for the first time. They're impressive from the standpoint that they do that. Did that tonight with probably one of the younger groups, not just in this league, but in the country. They've learned how to play well collectively, and they've also learned how to make individual plays on both ends. And so, I think that credit to Pat and what he's been able to do with this very young but talented group.
How difficult is it to coach a group of guys who don't have many confident shooters, so you have to bludgeon everything into the rim, into the paint? How difficult is it to coach like that in today's basketball?
Well, I've said this all year long, that the definition of how the game is played is so different than it was 10, 15 years ago. And we started out the year trying to adapt to that and spreading the floor, and through a lot of different things that have happened to us. It's limited amount of people we play. It's a limited amount of perimeter shots that we get, and we've been able to fortify ourselves by switching up and going inside a lot. We didn't do a really good job at that today, and didn't do a really good job at it for the last week or two. So, when another team comes out, even if they don't make them, with the threat and spreading the floor allows offensive players to play in space, and there's a number of teams, including Georgetown, that do that pretty well. And not having a couple of guys that we had factored in on, kind of hinders us just enough to be at a deficit sometimes.
What about the growth of number 4? He kind of lets the game come to him. You don't run a lot of stuff for him, but he's still a very effective player.
Yeah, Paul is unique, a couple of different standpoints. One is he's young to the game, and young, he's still growing in his knowledge of the game and what he's able to do. And sometimes the more I focus in on trying to give him the ball, the less effective he is. And if I just leave him alone, he finds his way to the ball, and he finds his way to the basket, and he's got a really good touch in a lot of different ways in and around the basket that he can score. He's learning to play better facing the basket and making pull-up jump shots and threes here and there. So, it's my hope that as he grows both mentally and understanding and emotionally, and his body gets stronger and all that he can be as good as he wants to be.
Coach, I'm sure you've been asked this before, but what do you make of the Big East this year? You guys are in a rough patch right now, but 2 wins against Seton Hall, win over ranked St. John's.
Yeah, watching Providence at Butler, and as much as they've been, like everybody else, us included, they go up, they go down, they go on the road and win is exactly what this league has been about. And I told a reporter today, just think of it this way: the standard bearer by most people's accounts in this league is Villanova. 2 out of 3 years they've won a national championship, and with less than 2 weeks to go, if things remain the same, it'll be the second consecutive year that they will not win this league in the regular season, which talks about how this league goes, that there are teams that can win this league, but then another team can win a national championship. And that's the 1 to 10 nature of competition in this league, is really difficult, and winning games as a result is even more difficult. And so, I was around 1986 when I walked into the Big East, and it was as formidable then and now in a very different way. Right now it is a very skilled, offensive, well-coached league that if you don't come very prepared structurally and then physically and emotionally, you're gonna have your hands full.
What do do you think about the league scheduling where seemingly every team's, they've completed a bunch of season series, and then, for instance, you guys get Georgetown twice in a week?
Yeah,
And
I mean, my personal opinions really don't matter. I just, I'm sure I'll leave it to Lee and athletic directors to kind of ponder as to the reasons. It could, I think the easy answer is building availability or anything like that. But again, I don't know if I remember, and I haven't done the research, that it happened has happened as frequently. Not just. I mean, this is the third time that's happened to us. That we play a team, twice within a 7 to 10 day period, and now we're playing Georgetown end of February. And I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad either. I don't know. But it's just different. And I think, they have certainly their challenges, and I think not having teams play 3 consecutive road games is the biggest challenge that this league faces. And so when you try to monitor that the way the Big East office does, then some other things may, like this, may be part of the solution. I don't know. But like I said, my opinion is just 1 in 10, and as I've learned in this game over a lot of years, you play the games that you schedule, and you try to do the best you can to win as many of them. That's the simplest and easy way to look at it.
is it easier to prepare the second time around if you've played a team so quickly afterwards, or are there challenges?
Depends on who wins. You win the second time around, yeah, it was a lot easier. If not, then, and then coaches are good. They'll throw some wrinkles in, and, adjustments are not just made for the team that did not win. There's adjustments that either team will make in a very short period of time. And so I don't know. I don't know if I have a qualified opinion that is based on something of substance. It's just, it's the way we, Georgetown's going through it as we're going through it, and Providence Butler play again next week, and yada yada. It's just what we got. And just handle it the best way you can.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
That's the only part about going live. Because if I stop it, it'll be a second.
You gotta do a second.
Right.
That's an archive?
Mhm.
Okay.
So the advantage of filming a game live is that I don't have to go home, take the file out, make it's already up.
It mandates a steady connection, though.
Correct. So now at St. Francis, we got an actual Ethernet cord, 100 feet.
Oh, yeah?
Plug it in. So we eliminated the Wi-Fi issue.
Mike and Blaine.
Sorry. Hello.
How you doing, Coach?
All right, everybody. We'll open up questions for Coach Ewing and Ava, if you'd like to start.
I would love to. Patrick, was that more the type of energy and effort you were looking for?
Yes, yes. I thought that we came with energy, effort, mental and physical toughness. The physical toughness wasn't as much, but we did everything that we needed to do to get the win. We got out to a big lead, but I thought in the second half we kind of exhaled a little bit and let them come back in the game, especially at the end.
Speaking of toughness, talk about the challenges of defending them. They try to push everything into the paint at the rim, and they play a physical brand of basketball.
Their record is now no indication of how good that team is. They're a very good team. To me, they're much improved than they were last year. But for whatever reason, it's not clicking right now. They play physical. you know, but you know, I thought that we did everything that we needed to do. We played very good defense. Bruce had 25, but I thought the guys made him work for everything that he got. Reed, had a great game, a very good game for them. But you know, he started out strong, but I thought the guys did a better job as the game went along in limiting the stuff that he got. You know, I thought that Jacob Mosley, Caleb Johnson did a great job. We were able to get out and get our fast break going. We had 15 points. You know, we didn't do it. We didn't stop them on the break. That's the negative. You know, a couple of times we celebrated instead of running back, and you know that's the thing that we need to stop.
No Jamarco tonight. Any reason for that?
Coach's decision.
You guys turned him over 11 times in the first half. What was the approach tonight defensively? What was the execution there?
You know, our approach was the same as always. I just thought that the guys did a better job of executing it. You know, we were energetic. We had effort. We were, you know, in the passing lane. We were physical. Matt got a couple of hands on a couple of balls, and able to get, one of them even went down. And you know, it was funny because I was telling him, when am I going to see some of those highlight dunks? And he got one. You know, but I thought that everybody was ready to play tonight. And our problem is we'll have a great game today and then exhale and take a step back for the next one, and we can't do that, especially going down the stretch. Everyone is fighting for seeding right now, and we have a good opportunity, a great opportunity of improving our chances to make the NCAAs if we take care of business.
Do you talk to your guys about the possibility of the NCAA tournament?
Definitely. You know, you focus on the task at hand, which is winning, you know, the game that you're playing, but you also have to talk about the big picture. There's only 3 games left now, and you know, if we do what we're supposed to do, then we have a great chance of playing in the postseason.
Do you think avoiding the Wednesday night games in the Big East tournament would be a good starting point in terms of making that push to the NCAA?
Oh, you definitely want to avoid it. You want to play 3 games instead of 2. It's 3 games instead of 4. So, you know, we need to take care of business. If we do our job, then we could wind up as far as 3.
26 points for Jesse tonight. What do you feel he was able to take advantage of?
He played with a lot more energy. He was focused. You know, he and I sat down and talked before the game this morning, and I thought that he came with the effort, the energy that he needed to.
Patrick, I guess you wouldn't be surprised at Mac's scoring ability. Obviously, that's why you wanted him here. But in terms of consistency for a freshman, has that been kind of a nice surprise to see? You know, he can pull in double figures pretty much.
No, I don't think I'm surprised about it. You know, one of the things that I love about, you know, all of those guys, him and James, is that they believe in themselves. They believe in themselves even when others don't. Sometimes it could get them into trouble, and sometimes, you know, they prove that they can get it done. But, you know, that's what I love about him. He has a strong belief in himself, and you know, that's what makes him who he is.
When he does stuff like he does tonight with the 2-handed dunk and everything, can that get other guys going?
Oh, definitely. It gets the whole team energized.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.